Minnesota is rust. Is this a muscle car? What you see before you is 1970, maybe a 71 Plymouth Barracuda. If you look super close under the hood, you'll see that shaker hood, and I believe it says 440 plus 6. So that is your 446 pack, 440 tri-power, 3 2 barrels, running your big block Mopar engine there. So in this series, we're trying to figure out, is this vehicle in question a muscle car? And I would say the answer really depends on the year for a CUDA, because when it first came out, it was not, in my opinion. But this, it's got to be third gen, this starting in 70. This third gen, I would say, is, for a couple of reasons. So we go back to that word pony car, that definition pony car. When the Mustang came out, it made a lot of people stop and look at what car segment that fit in. It kind of was very popular and kind of created its own. And the Plymouth Barracuda also came out in 64. The first Mustang came out in 64 and a half. April, World's Fair. So kind of a mid-year thing. And that is a defining moment in that small car with performance options, small back seat, small chassis, etc. So the wheelbase of and I had to look it up to be sure, but the wheelbase of a first-gen Barracuda is something like 4 or 5 inches smaller than the third gen, the 70 or 71 that we see in the picture. So the small pony car size with that small back seat and performance options, it definitely kind of went away as it got bigger in 67 and then got bigger again in 70. So in 70, you had this Barracuda that could be ordered with all kinds of performance options. And that's also one of the hallmarks of a muscle car, is it was that mid-size car, that little bit smaller car, with those big engine options. And the big engine options for the 70 for sure was, well, right there on the hood, your 446 pack. So that was something. And then you could get your Hemi in there. You could get your regular 440, just 4 barrel, 383. They made that AAR, the All American Racing version for Trans Am racing, which then kind of pulls it back to the pony car look or pony car vibe, but we'll ignore that for now. I'm sure you could get the Mighty Slant 6 in here all the way up to the 440 in the Hemi. So definitely had some performance options there. Anything with a shaker hood and stickers on the side, straps on the side, lets you know that it means business for sure. So this one does have that shaker hood, but I don't see those hockey stripes that would say 440 or Hemi on the back. I suppose those were an option, and if you wanted to keep your lime green CUDA sleeper, or as much of a sleeper that you could, you didn't want to advertise. So taking a look at this thing, absolutely a muscle car, but like I said, you can see that this car evolved and changed over time. It grew in length and grew in options. You couldn't get a big block in 64 in these things. And I think in 69 they had a 383. So you could get a big block prior to this generation. But this really is that epitome of a muscle car. The only made 2-door CUDAs. The only made 2-door Chargers back in the day. They only made 2-door Mustangs. They only made 2-door Corvettes. They only made 2-door Camaros, right? So you kind of get that idea with that. So there we go. Great muscle car right here for your eyes to see. Thank you much. Minnesota is rust.